I just played Choo-Choo Charles, a game that, when it came out, was the latest flavour of the month Mascot horror. You've been invited onto this island because you're the only one that can deal with this demented Thomas the Tank Engine crossed with a spider-looking creature called Charles. You get given an old train that you slowly upgrade over time that also has a mounted gun, and over the course of the game, you not only want to make sure that your train is as powerful as possible, but you'll also be collecting free eggs in order to summon Charles for a major boss fight, as before that, he'll simply run away when he starts taking too much damage. I have to say the design of the island was quite well done. The train, of course, is your main source of safety. It helps protect you somewhat from Charles as you can fight back. And with the fact that the train tracks are all over the island, it gets you from point A to point B a lot faster than on foot. Whenever you're on foot, you're completely vulnerable as there's no way to fend for yourself. Now, the way that you upgrade your train are with scraps. Scraps are things you'll find throughout the map, so it is one of the way the game rewards you for exploring outside of your train, as the more you venture around, the more scraps you're likely to find, especially at key landmarks. But the best way of getting scraps is by taking on optional missions. So they end up not really being that optional, because if you want any hope of beating Charles in the final fight, you want to take on those missions to get additional weapons. Now, with some of the optional missions and with the main objective, collecting those eggs, you do have to try and stealth around this cult of sorts around Choo-Choo Charles. And this is the one part that I'll admittedly say I'm not a huge fan of. I would just stumble around, see some of the cultists, and I'd try to get around them, but inevitably there'd be like one that's like right in front of me that I hadn't noticed. And so once I go around the corner, oh look, there they are, and suddenly it devolved into the usual. Me running for my life, doing the serpentine method like I'm Lightning McQueen, grabbing the egg and just running for my life until I get out of there. In this final boss fight, once you put the free eggs in, you see Charles turn into Hell Charles, where the ultimate objective is to whittle down Charles's health bar, lead him over to the bridge where there are explosives planted, which ultimately sends Charles plummeting to his doom. The actual fight is probably the peak of the game, really, and getting to see Charles finally beaten and taken out was actually fairly rewarding and led to a cool final shot. The actual gameplay was a fun little time. If you're able to get the game on a sale, I can 100% recommend giving it a go. It's a short little experience that should keep you entertained the entire time.